in a good mood.
I am too.
Why?
Because I am. And we're doing But Yeah again for the first time this year.
But yeah,
Whatever.
first time of the year.
We're starting off the year great.
Yeah, the first one of the year. The first time doing one from the first time we've done in 6 months.
Oh my god, really?
At least. Like the last one we did was right after CinemaSon.
Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah.
And now that we finished at the at the time of this we finished. Well, we finished. That's about right. A long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, we recorded the finale January 18th, so it's been about a month since we've just recorded.
wow.
Yeah.
And now it's February 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And now we don't really know each other that well anymore, so we have to rekindle by talking about whatever.
Yep. Whatever we want.
Whatever's on our mind.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I found out I was talking on another Discord, and I found out about a podcast. It's a retrospective of all the anniversary specials for Channel Awesome.
Oh
And
no.
I've been binging them, and now that's
boy.
all I can think about is because
No!
it's just a blast from the past of like, oh my god, that's right, that like all these creator names that I haven't heard in so long, like Little Miss Gamer and
I don't even know who that is.
she showed up in the I don't know, she showed up like once in the Kick-Ass, yeah. I'm just mentioning it because that's what's currently on my mind, and I don't. And luckily, there's a podcast you can listen to called "Those Good Old Fashioned Values." You just listen to them because they're gonna talk about it instead of us.
Yeah, because ugh. I can't even imagine. I want to listen to that just because I can open up that cesspool of rotten nostalgia.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Rotten nostalgia.
Yes.
It really is, because we all used to watch. I'm going to keep it brief. We're talking about him, but we all used to watch The Critic.
Yes.
And
Yes, The Critic, the show that had a crossover with The Simpsons.
Yes, that's right. Now I'm thinking about that line in the I can't remember what the context of it was, but it's like they blew up a theater for like a bad movie, I think, and then the critic says, and nothing of value was lost.
You could say that about the Channel Awesomes. And on that note,
oh my god.
Lord. So, we all looked up to him. I looked up to him at one point because he was probably one of the main pioneers that like got me into online videos. Like the Angry Video Game Nerd did it much better, and the thing about his content is that the nerd still kind of holds up a bit.
Yeah, I was actually just watching. I went back to the Cinemassacre YouTube channel for the first time in a long time, and he has one video where he just talks about all the cameras he's owned and used throughout his life, and it's just like, oh, this is just like, it's just him talking about like his life and like what he grew up with, like what are the troubles he had with filmmaking, and it seems like he actually knows his shit, like he knows how to hold a camera. It's more than I can say for some people.
Oh my god! But yeah, but those were the people who like. I remember back in middle school when we were in the lunch together, we would talk about these online personas.
Yeah,
both of them, honestly.
I also remember that like around that time, like Random and I were really into Smosh, and Kirby.
Oh my god!
Kirby hated
this. I very rarely say this, but this is something about stupid baby child Kirbyfan that I could look back on and be like, yes.
Yes,
I never liked Smosh ever.
I remember that like Random and I was like, how could you not like Smosh? They were so
They have
fun.
more subscribers than anybody else.
That's right, they did. What a weird time on YouTube, wasn't it? Like before like the most viewed videos were all like music videos and children's cartoons. Like YouTube
And Among Us.
well, no, that's now.
That's now.
Oh.
No, because like
no, back then it was definitely not music videos. Music videos are not a thing. I mean, unless you mean like AMVs or something, but even I wouldn't say those are like the most.
Oh yeah,
Remember the most? I looked up on Google the most popular video on YouTube, and it was of somebody dancing.
Evolution of dance.
Oh, that's what it used to be.
It was not that video. It was like
Oh, it wasn't?
10. It was like 10 seconds. It was like 10 seconds. It had like 1 million views.
Oh.
Oh, 1 million.
Which is it's so little. You're like 1 million. That's good, but you know, Crazy Frog has like over 1 billion. I think.
I'm pretty sure like the biggest is like Despacito. It's like 2 billion at least. Like
something like
because like YouTube is like nowadays YouTube is just a music player. It's just a free music player like Spotify. But back in the day, like it's like you had your video, you had like creative quotation mark content, and like reviewers like James Rolfe and others that were just trying to make something out of this, even though like even back then YouTube was not very friendly to that sort of content. God, remember Blip TV?
Oh my god.
That's just
Blip.
Oh good lord. Anyway, yeah, that was just like what it was like back then. Just like and like YouTube, there's like a 10-minute limit on YouTube, and then wasn't it like 10 minutes? Then it got increased to 15, and now it's just like
15. Yep. It's still 15 if you aren't. I think it's like verified or something.
I think it's like unless you there's something else because like I was able to upload like a like my album for which is like a little under an hour. So I think there's something else you have to check a box somewhere and then you'll be allowed to. I can't remember.
Wait, is this for YouTube or Blip?
For YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. For Blip, I have no idea because that thing disappeared fast.
It did. It really did.
I don't think it ever really made like a profit.
Did you guys produce YouTube during those time?
Produce YouTube
videos during.
No, that's
produce YouTube videos because I thought about it, but I never had the guts to back in the day.
I had thought about it, and I did release like one video in middle school. Or no, I think it was like 9th grade. It might have been like early high school. And it was just me and my dad's like hand-me-down camera. It was also like around that time like I had to ask permission from my parents to like upload videos online. So it was just never something that I just bothered to do, and thank God because I think that's the important thing. It's like if
that yes is directed at all of us, but yes,
I wouldn't want to have been popular online at age 14 because I had
oh god,
like I would have said some garbage shit.
I think we all would have.
Yeah.
Oh my god, our minds. We were all so different when we were 14.
How were we different? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about us.
I was obnoxious, but I still am.
I'm obnoxious.
I mean, we could all just start and finish this with we were obnoxious.
We were though.
We were all obnoxious.
We were.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
I don't really know how you guys were in high school because we were in the same classes in middle school, and then I went to a different high school than both of these two did.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I still kept in touch with them because I would go over their houses and hang out with them occasionally, and we would
we would play play video games together, or more often than not, we would watch movies and talk about them, which is how we got to this point.
Yes.
So it sounds like nothing's changed.
I mean, it's like Pixar Spectre was an idea we had from like 2011.
Yeah, and we tried doing it.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
we were eating pizza.
We were eating pizza. we talked about that in the first episode when we just eating pizza that my mom brought over from Costco.
Oh my god, I remember that. Oh, that was good pizza though.
It was delicious pizza.
For store-bought pizza, that was pretty good pizza.
Yeah. It's like pretty sure that it was like baked in the oven fresh, like real good stuff. Anyway, like it does sound a lot like not much changed.
How have you two have changed from like when we were in middle school and high school?
How do we think you've changed?
No,
how do we think we've changed?
I mean, I was gonna ask how you think you guys have changed, but you know what? We could talk about each other.
Yeah, that's hella boring. Let's talk about what other people think of us.
Yeah.
So, I guess since you started, we'll start. How do Wash and I think that you've changed since ye days of old?
Okay.
Let me tell you the first thing that comes to my mind, okay?
Yeah.
Wash, feel free to add to this because you were there for all of it.
Uh-huh.
I know what you're gonna say, but
continue. I genuinely don't remember what we were talking about. All I remember was that Random's response was to go, "Bah." And it was so out of left field that I chuckled at it. I thought it caught me so off. Wash already is like, oh no, you're encouraging him. But I didn't think much of it. So then, like, seconds later, he does it again. And I'm like, all right, it was funny the first time. Seconds later, he's doing it again. I'm like, Random, you could stop. 5 years later, he's still doing it. I don't know how many times we had to tell him, stop doing the bad. Stop.
It's not just like,
and then
stop
he finally
doing the
stopped.
bad.
Now, if we tell you to stop something, it'll take us like 10 minutes at most. And you'll stop.
Yes.
It's like
not 5 years.
Yeah.
Like he like Random regularly had a problem where like if we found something funny, then he's going straight.
I would drill it to the ground.
Like I said, when I left the first time, Wash was already like, "Oh God."
Because Wash knew me a bit more, and they were like, "Oh no, I know what's coming. Oh no, no." Please, no, don't laugh, no! My next 5 years are torture.
I'm assuming by the laughing that both of you remember this.
Yes.
No, the thing is, I don't remember the specific instance of, but
I don't remember it either. I just remember you doing it. That's where the memories start.
But I do remember myself beating a dead horse with jokes. I do.
I definitely remember because you did it whenever there was like silent that you thought was uncomfortable, which apparently was a lot.
Well, I think there's some psychological stuff going on there, believe it or not.
Aww.
It's a combination of
that I can believe. It's just that was it.
Yeah, it's a combination of that's it. It's a combination of me, trying my people pleaser and me trying to like Robin Williams everything, and just like try and make people laugh. Even when I don't need to, because I was still I was always a performer. I was always an entertainer, and but I didn't really have as much of an outlet with streaming as I do now. Or even if I did, I wasn't the best at controlling it. If that makes any sense, like I didn't know the right. I knew I could be funny and could perform, but I didn't always know the appropriate times to do it. So it was on all the time. And because of that, I would just make dumb jokes that didn't make any sense. And with the jokes work, I would beat them with a dead horse. And it was, I guess, me trying to like get some validation. And
no, that's fair. That's
especially as a kid. Valid. Oh my god.
Yeah, when you're that age, you need that validation from your peers.
Absolutely.
And honestly, we were gamers in middle school, and during the 2000s, we weren't popular. I wasn't popular. Well, I was made fun of behind my back, so technically I wasn't popular, but I had the illusion that I was. So, but that's another story.
Yeah, I remember that.
But regardless, I would do things a lot. I would make a fool out of myself for the sake of making people laugh. And people would laugh with me. People would laugh at me. People would talk behind me about my back. I was blissfully unaware of it, which I'm thankful for because I had a lot of fun doing some of the stuff I did. But at the same time, a lot of it was just for, looking back at it, a lot of it was just to get attention.
Mm.
And I apologize for driving you two insane.
I mean, that's different. That's you're making me upset, okay? That's different. But no, it's, you either get approval from your peers and adults hate you, or you get approval from adults and your peers hate you.
That was me. That last one was me.
If you land in the middle, like that middle spot where it's just like your peers like you, adults like you, the real world is gonna kick your ass.
Yes. Honest to God, yes.
Like there is no, like, maybe like football players get it off. Well, no, because teachers would hate them. Never mind. So yeah, it's like there's no, like,
no matter what, someone was going to be mad at you, whether it was your peers, your parents, or the real world.
I always had, I always had that feeling that was like I wasn't cool enough for the cool kids, but I also didn't feel like I was nerd enough for the nerd kids. If that makes sense. I
get feeling like that. I know which camp you actually fell in, but
I definitely got that feeling too, because I was more of a drifter, if that makes any sense, or at least I tried to be a drifter. I was just like, yo, I know everybody, but that did not work. Obviously, I was a dumb middle schooler. I didn't know shit. But I could see that when talking to you, but we'll get to that when Kirbyfan and I talk about what we thought of you.
I had my bad story, but nothing from Watch.
Yeah, that's what I was to ask.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because that covers quite a lot of it. It's just like how much you would be none. Oh.
Well, let me just say. While Watch thinks. Is there anything positive?
If Watch doesn't say this, I got a really good one, but I'll let Watch go first.
Oh God! Now I'm trying to figure out what you're thinking of. Oh no!
Is there anything positive back then?
Well, I mean, it's us back then. I wasn't figuring any of us would have anything positive.
I mean, you never know.
I remember.
Watch. I am gonna. You have to.
Oh, okay. This is the one that I just immediately think of when I think about random in middle school and high school. Is that, and this probably goes back to like people laughing behind your back. But for some reason, you had a dance that
I did.
The random dance.
The random dance.
That's what it's called now. Oh
my god. What else are we gonna call it?
I don't know.
Like the Fortnite dance. Oh,
so
no one's gonna get that but us.
It was. I can't describe it to you. You have to see it to believe it. But it's essentially like it's you're spinning your arms. You shoot your arm down. You spin it down and spin it down. Do. And that was your pattern.
It was. I don't know why. You know what the funny thing about that was? It relates to the whole like doing something and then beating a dead horse with it. I remember there was a movie night of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I'll never forget this. And they were doing the songs that the Oompa Loompas sang, and I just was in the mood to just dance to them, so I did, and I did the random dance, and people liked it, and they thought it was funny. And by people thought it was funny, they just probably laughed at it. I thought it was dumb. But I thought, ooh, people like it. I'm getting validation. I'm going to keep doing it. Yeah. And so that's why the dances kept happening. And I actually really like dancing, though. That was actually a lot of fun.
There's no shame in dancing, especially because like it's good for your heart, mind, and body. Like it's good for several reasons. My doctor's even telling me to start dancing more, just to do some more exercise.
I honestly don't dance anymore as much as I'd like to, mostly because unless it's like in my living room or in my room when no one's watching and it's just
same here,
jamming out.
Yeah,
but that's why I did it. Kirbyfan, was that the thing you were thinking of?
No, this one. I mean, I guess you could say this for Wash too, but
then it'll be a nice transition.
But I mean, it is kind of more of a random thing. I just countless times, like, if you thought BAF for 5 years was a lot, try like 20 years. We would be doing anything. It didn't matter. We could be doing anything. We'll just use watching a movie as an example. I'd be watching the movie, and then the movie would be paused. And every time that the movie would get paused, and Wash wasn't pausing it to talk about trivia, I knew what was coming. Wash would turn to Random and say, "Really, Random? You're texting now?"
Yes, I'm so glad you brought this back.
Oh my god. I was like, where are you going with this? Where are you going with this? And then the second you mentioned the movies, I was like, oh wait. Oh crap. And the thing is
the thing, I mean, you can go too, of course, but the thing is that was a thing that was with Random and Wash, where they were bickering with each other about whether or not Random could use his phone. I'm sitting here waiting for the freaking movie to come back on.
It kept bothering me.
I didn't do anything. Why am I getting punished?
It kept bothering me because like I said,
I can picture like little Wash getting into the movie and then them being so mad at me for just texting while watching.
Because we usually have like a discussion, and it's just so fucking rude.
You just wanted a discussion, and you wanted, like, you have to pay attention in order to discuss, and I'm just like, I know what's happening. I've seen this movie before.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
I've seen Hot Fuzz 1,000 times. I can text my mom and a girl I'm talking to while watching it.
I will never forget the first time that Wash did that. Random lost his mind.
I did?
Yeah, well, I think I pointed it out, and I was like, "Oh, look, Wash is texting somebody," and Random was like, "Oh, you can do it." And I'm like, "Oh, great, here we go again." Oh, they're bickering. I just want to watch a movie.
For those instances, we were the parents that would just yell at each other while Kirbyfan was the impatient kid who just wanted to watch Toy Story. I don't want this to turn into the random show, and also I want to hear what everyone has to say about each other. So
okay, that's fair.
Wash, do you have anything else to say?
Or Wash next. Well, I mean, we can come up with stories all day, but if you want to move on, I think that's fair.
I want both of you two to have a turn, even though I'm not exactly sure what to say yet.
Oh my god. Do you want us to buy you some time?
No, I'll think about it.
So, me or Wash next? Which one? Wait, I always go last. Never mind.
Fine.
Wash next.
Okay. What do you two got about me?
You were so serious when it came to like critiquing things.
Oh my god, I think you were the one who was most impacted by the critic.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's so weird. Because, I mean, I still, like, I mean, mostly, like, parents and stuff that knew you back then. That, I mean, I'm not saying, they see you as, like, this uptight kid, but, you're so chill now.
Yeah.
And when I say things, like, if I'm just telling them stories about something that happened with you, they're like, oh, I'm surprised they didn't, nitpick everything apart. And I'm like, they don't do that anymore? But
wait, really? Who said that about me?
Yeah, who said that? Well, don't say who exactly, because you know.
Well, yeah, but no. Like, that is how Wash used to be.
I'm not gonna lie. I there was stuff like that too, and I kind of used that because I wrote a play script, and I originally showed it to Wash, and they edited a lot so much that I actually gave them writing credits.
I remember that.
Yes.
Because they were very nitpicky about it, which it was my first script, so I think it might have like slightly hurt at the time. But in the end, I was like, yes, I need this to get better. So I use your nitpickiness to my advantage.
It's good when it's constructive and helpful, but when you're having a conversation and they disagree with you on something, and they're just like, but it could just kind of be like, okay.
You're gonna have to give me specific because of course all of this is blocked out of my memory.
Well, yes, we all like
all right. Oh, I can get into some specifics with this one, but I remember when I don't remember if we were talking to each other about this or if I was just telling you, but I was talking about a bunch of stuff that I really liked, and this was around the time that I was getting into anime, and I remember there was this one, Rosen Maiden. I have no idea how it holds up now, but I remember telling you back in the day that I liked it more than SpongeBob. I'm not going to go into the specifics about what you did because it was pretty bad, but you did not take it very well at all, and I had to I had to hear it for a while. I remember that.
You liked what more than SpongeBob? I missed that part.
That anime I was talking about. That I have no idea how it holds up. For all I know, SpongeBob could be way better. Probably is. It was my first one.
Oh, I thought of something. I mean, you still do this now, but like, I don't know, this is more endearing and you use it as a joke more, but you would literally just talk in SpongeBob quotes. Literally. I mean, now it's funny because like your sense of comedic timing has gotten a lot better.
Well, thank you.
A lot better. Oh my God. And, but there was points where like, literally I would just say something like, "Hey, Frank," and it'd be like, "Doot, doot, look out, friends in reverse, doot," and we just do the entire episode.
I do
again,
remember.
not to give baby child Kirbyfan too much credit, but when I saw Random and Wash doing that together, I made it a point to do that with Wash, except I would intentionally misquote it.
Yes, I remember that. I got so mad.
And then you got mad at that.
Yeah, it worked.
Oh my God. I hope we're talking about this. We all say this stuff out of love in the end because we still all love each other. I just clearing that up now.
We do like each other, just to be clear.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do a podcast together.
We have to have like some like appreciation.
Yes. And I think the fact that like, again, we're not done yet, but like I think the fact that we've been through so much and all grown so much that I think that makes us appreciate our friendship even more.
I've shared the podcast sometimes on like certain Discord servers, and I get like feedback that's like, "Oh, you two have pretty good chemistry together," and it's like, yeah, we've been friends for this long. Like we just kind of figured each other out, and we just it feels sometimes that like we fill out like a certain niche, kind of like a Ed and Eddie. Do we often joke about like which one of us is part of Ed and Eddie? I think like Kirbyfan would say she's Ed because she's just
the stories when it comes to writing for Exquisite Corpse.
Yes, but because
we would do that, we would play Exquisite Corpse a lot, and
I am the one that came up with it. It was much later in life. It wasn't stupid baby child Kirbyfan, but it was later in life that I was like, hey, Wash, you know what?
Oh, I can think of Oh,
you got something random?
I do.
I have something too, but you can go first.
Wash.
Me?
Remember, there were times back in the day where Wash was very passionate about making videos. And there were times where we made a bunch of weird videos together, and Wash would somewhat write them and direct them, and these videos will never see the light of day. At least I hope they don't. Because they are not good.
I'm just gonna say right now for you two and the folks listening that like when we were getting started and when you were talking about me directing and writing, the smile wiped off my face. Just thinking about this horrible.
Picture a grin disappearing like a Thanos.
Yes, I would just like no, not like this. But no, it's not.
You should have gone for the head. That would have been not as bad. Anyway, and I just remember like us spending like a lot of time just making these dumb skits and like you really getting into them. and I was half getting into them. I think it depended. Kirbyfan, I think, was just goofing around.
Yeah, well,
Like Kirbyfan.
Years later, that's still what I'm doing pretty much.
Pretty much.
Like,
And I just remember
Yeah.
it all came into like a head with one project that you had to do.
I think I brought it up in a.
You mentioned this. I think you had to do like a film project of Oedipus.
Yes, Oedipus Rex. Yeah.
And it was a weird one, and I don't know. What, Kirby, were you in that one? I don't know.
Yes, I was.
Okay, and I just
Don't wanna
remember
think about that one.
it was. Wash, you were near and dear to my heart, but that was hell.
Yeah, that was especially like when I was like having to edit and like watching myself. I was like, oh my god, give these people a fucking break. They're doing this for free, you asshole. Oh my god, it was so bad.
It was. I just remember at one point.
I honestly like.
This...
Yeah, we talked about it before. Like honestly, if I had just like stopped production before we had to go indoors, I feel like we would have had a much better time.
Yeah, I think it's when we had to do things outdoors that just.
Yeah, like at that point, it's like we were like driving around cars and trying to do like fight scenes, and it was like goofy. It felt like a lot goofier, and then like inside, it was just like we were tired. I was mad. And oh god, it was so bad. It was the same level of cringe as the nostalgia critic, as Doug Walker.
Yeah,
like,
it was
just like
that's another reason why I brought it up, and that was. And you've grown from that, I would say, because like this goes with the whole being less serious thing, because I don't think this is something the new you would do. I mean, you will put effort into your work, of course, which everyone should, but you're not gonna get to the point where it, like, sacrifices everybody else.
I try.
There's understandable frustrations. There's understandable frustrations to be had, but not quite as bad as the bitterness, I guess.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure like the project was due like either next day or immediately after. So I like we had to film everything that day because I didn't plan this well at all.
And for payback, there was some school assignment where I had to video edit something, and I relied on Wash for help, and I can't remember what it was. It might have been a documentary.
I don't remember what it was, but I actually do remember you asking them for help.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a documentary I had to do in Arizona. Yes, that was it. I remember, and like I didn't have any editing equipment because I filmed all my stuff with an iPhone, and that didn't process at all with what's it called?
Premiere?
No, I didn't have Premiere. I had Vegas.
Oh, Vegas, that's right.
And you had Premiere.
I had Premiere.
So I literally was like, "Hey, can we edit this together and can we get this footage converted or something?" And we were there like all night just doing my footage. And so that was payback in a way, but also I appreciate it actually because that was a big grade I needed. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know if I ever told you thank you, so thank you.
I don't think I ever did. If I didn't, thank you now.
I started to realize, especially after my my thesis project in college, I'm not a director, and I probably shouldn't be a director. I would rather just edit. Like that's where I just feel way more comfortable. I don't feel like I'm gonna have an aneurysm at myself because I don't have the I guess skills or know-how of how to shoot something properly. It was
it's okay.
No, it's just
I have this memory. It fits in line with the whole Wash being like a try-hard annoying, but at the same time it's like a lot lighter and kind of funny. It's not funny, but looking back, it's one of those things that it's like, yeah, I remember that. Random wouldn't remember this because I was in high school. But Wash and I had auditioned for a play. It was actually my first audition. We auditioned for a play. Neither of us got any roles in it. And I remember Wash was really excited about it because this would have been their first comedy, and they didn't get the part.
Yeah.
And I remember they went into the lunchroom that day. I'm all ready to talk about whatever, like we always do. just complete bitterness and anger the whole time.
Oh my god.
I'm like saying words and Wash is like, yep. And after like 5 minutes, I'm like, this is really uncomfortable. I'm sorry you didn't get the part, but can we please move on? And, the next day we moved on, but the rest, oh.
The thing is, I can relate to that because I've felt that feeling many times, the feeling of not getting the part. So it happens with every actor. It does, and I understand. Everyone deals with it differently. I remember I was auditioning for the fall drama, the performing arts high school I went to, and it was a small play with very little roles. So, but I thought maybe I could get in. I didn't. And I was upset. And then there was a point where I got a role in a musical production I wanted, but I had the understudy when I wanted to be the main role. But thankfully, understudies got their own show, so that was like the only thing that kept me from crying.
Aww.
I feel that early on.
Yeah, but the process of rejection and when you're in a show is it can be a lot if you're not used to it or your first time. And I think that, and especially for you, Wash, who's still really into comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
I can understand why you felt like that.
Yeah, that felt like personal to me. That like because like comedy just meant so much to me, and I just felt like I had what it takes to make a good comedic performance. Because good lord, am I not good at dramatic performances? Oh, anyway.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
We all made to do this out of love. Wash, we still love you, and you and I have grown together.
That Kirbyfan, on the other hand.
Well, we haven't gotten to you yet, so now it's our turn to talk about you, Kirbyfan.
Yes.
Well, Wash. I think Wash asked, "Do we have anything else?"
Oh yeah.
I said 2 things. I said 2 things for random. So anything else that I do have, I'll hold on.
Okay.
I mean, I've said what I said. I can't think of anything else.
You said what you said, and you're not apologizing.
Hey.
Okay, God.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I thought you've grown. I guess not.
Okay.
All right, let her rip.
All right, let's see.
Hold.
The thing is,
nothing back.
I can't think of anything right now, but I couldn't think of anything for Watch, so
it'll
come back.
Oh boy. Okay.
Nothing back.
Okay.
I was such a brat holding nothing back.
I'm
gonna say, if you two have nothing, I'll come up with stuff. I got like a million.
Well, what I remember is that the thing is that what I remember something is that I don't have like a good story to go along with it.
Yeah.
It's just that like you. Oh my god! Like how would I say it? It's just like you just get. I guess in a similar way to me, you just get like intense.
Oh yeah.
Like we just it's like we'd have we'd have some sort of argument about something, and it just goes hard.
It goes in.
You just dig. And you just seem like extremely bothered by whatever we were saying. It's just I can't remember like a good story for that.
I can't either. I'm trying to think. There's got to be something, but like maybe my brain is. I don't know if I blacked it out or if I just am too. I can't remember right now.
If there's something that if we're having a conversation that you don't like, you would pull out your Nintendo DS and just play in silence.
Yes. I mean, I couldn't talk because I pulled out my phone during.
But you don't.
I was gonna say that was the prehistoric version of pulling out your phone.
Like you're doing it because like your mom or whatever. Like Kirbyfan did it out of spite.
They're like, okay, I don't care about this. So,
like, what's the point? If it doesn't relate to me, then why bother?
Yeah.
But that would happen a lot. You're right.
Yeah,
there's got to be more than that. I just don't know what.
You slept on my bed like a lot.
I slept on your bed within the last year. Okay.
Yeah, honestly, your bed is comfortable.
Your bed is so comfortable.
at least it was. I don't know where your bed is like now.
I go to your house, I sit on your bed because you don't have a lot of working chairs, and it's just over.
Yeah, that's right. You just clock out.
I'm surprised you guys didn't mention with me that I broke a chair.
Oh, I'm gonna tell the story.
Okay.
Because
tell the story for a while so I don't have to come back to me. If you two can't remember stories, I've got stories. Okay, right? I can speak for you two.
And random, like, while I'm telling you this story, you better come up with something for Kirbyfan. But I'm just going to tell the story for random. Because it looped back around to what we were talking at first. Is that we were watching the Nostalgia Critics video for the villain song.
And I loved that video at the time.
You loved that video at the time. You loved villain songs, especially Disney.
They're so good. They're like the best songs in the whole damn movie.
I'm not even kidding. It was just like a top 11 list, and it was just like counting down, and so you were just in anticipation. And the thing is, so to set the scene, like the chair that you sat on is a stool. It's a like half plastic, half metal stool. I think the legs were made of metal. And it was about like foot and a half, like not a foot and a half, maybe like 2 feet tall, two and a half. Like it's pretty short. Like when you sit on it, you look kind of short.
Yeah.
And when I'm pretty sure that what it sparked it, and there was my uncle was in the room at the time watching it with us. What it sparked it is I'm pretty sure that this was the part on the list where the Nostalgia Critic got to be prepared.
Yeah, it was.
But from The Lion King, and you went yes, and you were like hopping, and then one of the hops is just cross, and the legs broke and just split apart, like straightened, and it never there was just no chance of fixing it again. It was dead. We just had to throw out that chair because you got way too excited about a Nostalgia Critic video.
I love Disney villain songs. What can I say? And I did think of something for Kirbyfan. I don't know if it's
go for it.
You were very picky about what was a Kirby game. And, and I remember you hating Epic Yarn.
I do too. Oh my god.
And you were going into this lengthy detail about why you hated Epic Yarn. And I'm just like, it's just a game about yarn. It's a cute Kirby game. It looks fine.
It looks fine.
I want to cringe at that so fine. Like the hate part I cringe at, but like as much as I hate to no, I didn't have any good points. It's like it's so weird because I would still make that argument that it's not very much of a Kirby game, but like I had all the wrong arguments and I had way too much rage. Like way too much rage.
It's almost like we were influenced by a guy who relied on rage for comedy.
Well, for me it was the angry video game nerd. That was like that from the start.
Yeah. I feel like
it's also why I cussed a lot more than I do now.
Yeah.
I had a sailor mouth back then.
Oh my god, you did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I remember Random didn't have a sailor mouth, and it was like I remember like the first time he like said the F word to me, I like hopped and skipped around because I was like, I can't believe you said it. You finally said the F word.
Because I tried to hide, and now I'm just like, what?
No, I don't care. No, because it was like, yes, I said it, and then we were outside. I think we were outside in I forgot where we were. I think we were outside, maybe during like recess or something like that. If they even had recess, but it's like, yes, I said it.
F-word during middle school? No, we didn't have recess.
Okay, then gym, probably gym class. I remember we were outdoors. We were in the field. And he said, "Yes, I said it." And then you like, you had to step away from people so nobody would hear you. Said, "Yes, I fucking said it." And I was like, "Whoa!"
Yes, I vividly remember not being there and being very upset that you wouldn't say it to me.
Anyway, we were still talking about Kirbyfan stuff.
Yeah. But that was the thing. You were very critical about Kirby and Kirby games, and
I mean, I still am, but
you are, of course.
I mean, that's your channel, for God's sake. Less baby child Kirby fan about it.
Yeah. It's just that, like, yeah, that's the one thing I remember. You might have to tell some more stories.
Like the cover for us?
Anything? I really don't want to be the one telling the stories about me.
I just can't think of anything else, because even though I know there's something.
I think what makes it tricky for me is that for Kirbyfan and I, and this is probably just gonna be for the maybe we can count this as part of Kirbyfan's story, but like we made fun of Random a lot.
Oh yeah, you guys did
way too hard, way too
yeah,
hard,
way too hard.
Okay, you know what? That's going to Wash and you. I'll do that. And at first it was playfulness, but there were some times where it did hurt, and I just didn't say anything.
I will 100,000 trillion times take the bullet on this one. I was way worse.
I remember like we were just getting like I also remember like what did it was like my mom like just hearing us and being like, "Can you settle down?" And I remember I'm pretty sure I was saying like, "Oh, it was just friends," but then it was like when I actually like confronted you about that, it was like actually yeah, that did hurt. I was like, oh.
I actually specifically remember it got to a point, I didn't know this at the time. I don't know if it was Random or Wash who told me years later, but they did. And, you know, we talked it down, and it was fine, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
but
we're fine now.
It did get to a point where Random was like, Wash, I'll hang out with you, but not Kirbyfan. Kirbyfan's around, I don't want to be there.
Did I say that? Wow.
Yes, I remember.
Oh my
and I don't blame you.
God.
I don't blame you. Like, quite frankly, I don't blame you. Like, I'm not even saying, like, oh, we grew up, it's fine. Like, I don't blame you for saying that. With how I treated you, I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't remember saying that at all, but, like, that makes sense, because I think I was, like, a little bit more, I think, yeah.
Because I was way, I mean, maybe not, like, way ruder, obviously, you know, this is coming from my point of view, but I definitely stand by, I was definitely ruder to you than Wash was.
And
Wash also helped
backbone.
you with stuff, like the script you were talking about, stuff like that. I didn't help you with, like, anything.
You helped out a little bit. You did add some funny lines to the scripts.
No, I added, like, one joke.
But
people either found really funny or they didn't.
Yeah, and it worked.
I remember.
Not until 4.
All right, we're at the point where I am telling bad stories about myself. Okay, I remember we were filming a goodbye because Wash was going to college. We didn't know when we would see them again. Turns out it was in 2 weeks. But we were filming a goodbye video, and Random said something. I don't remember what it was, but I responded with, "All right, you can shut up now, idiot."
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
I forgot about. I might have blocked.
Yeah, but you remember
this all
now.
out of
You
my
remember
mind.
now, right?
Like, kind of.
It was bad. It was bad. I actually remember the three of us watching it because we were like, "Oh, this will be fun to go into a time capsule with each other."
Yeah.
And then I said that I said that we were just like, "This is miserable."
Well, what I remember was like the second. Was there like there was a good. No. There was a second goodbye for whatever reason.
I don't remember.
I don't remember at all. But there was a second goodbye video, and this is just it was at the time we had just seen that one video of the dinosaur going yee.
And I was still in my phase where I was repeating stuff I said a lot, but the thing is, you would join in a bit, and so at the end, we literally just go in the video da 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 yee, but it cut off in the middle of the yee.
No, I remember this part specifically. This is when it got exciting. Like, we finished the recording and everything. We tell Wash that it's done, and Wash is like looking at the camera, and they go, "Oh boy, you guys went over. It's gonna cut off at some point." So like we were like, "Ooh, when does it cut off? That's exciting!" And then
that was when we discovered that you were doing your song. He didn't even get to the vowel yet.
He did. Oh, that
It
was
was the
great.
perfect freeze frame. It couldn't have happened.
Oh my god.
It couldn't have been more perfect.
That was the way to do it.
Oh boy.
I guess I blocked out.
Random was the one. Random, I definitely picked on a lot harder, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that he treated Wash like a saint, because I was a jerk to Wash too, and I have stories about that I remember too. If Wash can't remember any of them,
I think I might have. I don't know if I subconsciously blocked them out, or if I just forgot about them or not. Because one in the past, you just look at the past with rose-colored glasses and
Of course.
good things, and two, I just may have blocked it out or like forgive and forget, because I'm that type of person that can bite me in the butt, because that will just enable people to make fun of me more. And I didn't, and I was not the type of person who would stand my ground and be like, "Yo, can you stop?" I would just take it, and because I didn't know what else to do. But eventually, I think I do remember telling Wash, like, yeah, that did hurt. So
Yeah, I remember like having to ask you about it, because it's like my mom like spoke up with me about that. Yeah.
oh well, we were kids, we were assholes.
Yeah, I feel like I had the same thing with the forgive and forget, although it was probably more leaning towards forget. I just
yeah.
I just wasn't very good at remembering that stuff.
That's the theory of why I don't remember, because I didn't remember until you brought it up. Because I guess I just really know that was the past, and we were all immature and assish in the past. Because even I had my asshole moments sometimes. It was just different. Like, instead of being the asshole who makes fun of people, I was the asshole narcissist who.
Oh, I can't. Only Kirbyfan could tell the story of you slamming the door on her because of a pretty girl or something like that.
Oh my god!
What?
Like in middle school?
Not in middle school. No, this was in This was in college. Actually, I think.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that he closed the door on me. It's that he held the door open for like 5 different women, and then a guy was coming through. He starts running because he sees that Dennis is holding the door open, and he lets go of it.
Oh my god! I don't remember that. But if the guy is listening, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I thought that was you.
And I remember you walked over to the table afterwards, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
God, I'm an asshole. I was such an asshole back then. I can't think of any more stories though, Kirbyfan. I'm sorry.
I mean, good. It's just also I feel bad. You know, I went into such detail about you two, and now it's just like, Kirby's epic yarn.
Well, I mean, I can't think of any. If I could think of any examples, but I can't.
I mean, like I said, I have.
You don't have to go into them if you don't want to, but like,
I feel it's not right. It's not right if I'm like, oh. I'm trying to think of a story that we told before. I forgot all those already.
The thing is, if you probably start the story up, I'll remember it.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be something. I told the epic yarn story, so that was something. But
Wash is still batting a 0.
Oh, wait,
Go ahead.
hold up.
Got it.
We
We played Smash Bros together.
Oh no! Wait. This could depending. This could be good or this could be bad. Actually.
That's all I remember. We played Smash Bros together.
Are you kidding?
I don't know if you were mad at us because we were terrible, or if like you were just like mad because we were doing casually or used items. I don't remember, but like I just remember we played Smash Bros and then we stopped. Like for some reason we just never played it again.
Oh.
I thought
you were gonna bring up the time that I won $5 at your thing.
Oh wait,
I was like, that's a good memory. Don't.
No, at my college, no, that's a good memory, and that was.
I was like, that's a good
recent.
memory.
And also the time where you won a tournament and won 2 amiibo.
That's a good memory too. I like that one. I remember walking out of the bathroom and the Kirby anime music was playing, and I'm like, why are they playing this?
Oh, I remember like back in high school, you just had like some weird vendetta. You still do in a way against the Kirby anime.
It sucks. I hate it. I just try not to think about it because it gets me really mad. Like Not gonna lie, guy. Like, my face is getting red. I can feel it. Like, I hate it.
Okay, well, the one about animation, that one's pretty good.
You make a good escargoon, I will say that.
Yes. I
hate it, but only with this level of hatred can I make parody that good.
But I remember there was something with Smash Bros. There was a reason we didn't play it much.
It was probably me being a tryhard. That sounds about right.
I think that was it, because there was points where like I wanted to win. I wanted to like try and beat you, and I knew I never could. And I'm not sure if you were bored of us because we were terrible or what. But I can't.
No, it was probably just me going tryhard. That's probably what it was. That sounds about right for how I was back then.
Yeah, I will say you were a bit of tryhard. And I mean that in the nicest way possible.
No. You mean it in the way that you're not as tryhard now.
Yes.
At least.
Oh,
okay.
God,
no, I'm still a tryhard. I can't lie, but I know when to turn it off.
Yes.
I do.
I will say,
I did not know how to turn it off back then.
Just like I didn't know how to turn off my comedy.
This might be more of a combined like YouTube story, but we went to play. What's the game? Oh yes. Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh.
And well, first off, the experience that Kirby had with me was of being like really pissed off that I had to like take a break, like at the halfway mark, because I just couldn't much take it, and I did finally like make it to the end of that. But then when we showed it to Random, like he could barely like push the button. Like it was,
at points.
It got
scary.
So
I vividly remember there's this one point where if you skip, like the game gets all messed up and like, you know, the character models get all wrong and it's creepy. But I didn't know that. So I'm like, oh, you get to skip through this part. It's fine. And he does. And it starts happening. I'm like, oh, I forgot. Like, sorry, Random. Random's like,
yes.
That game, I remember you two kept mentioning it and making jokes about it. And it was like, we're not sure that you're ready. And I'm like, but I kind of, that makes me want to play it more.
So
and,
I was concerned. That was late enough. I wasn't as much of a jerk anymore. I was concerned.
Rightfully so, because eventually I remember getting a text message saying, message from one of you guys saying, do you want to play Doki Doki Literature Club? And I'm like, let's do it. And,
so
and I just remember we spent all day.
And
all day.
What I specifically remember was what I did as a solution, and I'm pretty sure this is what I had to do when I played this myself.
I remember this.
Was because I had a wireless keyboard. What I ended up doing was just stepping away from the screen and just playing it from more of a distance. And for me, that made me feel more safe. I was still like nervous with stuff, but because the screen wasn't right up to my face, it didn't. I wasn't like, oh god, I can't do this anymore. I wasn't like stressed. And when we did, so I thought that would be a good solution for Random. It did work too well.
Yes.
Way too well.
Way too well. I didn't react anymore. I was so exhausted from being scared, and I was just like, okay, all right, and I just,
and then you just kept going, and then like there's the part where we probably won't go into spoilers of stuff, but like there's a point where it gets sad, and I remember how mad Kirbyfan got.
Yeah,
because you just blew. You were just so like it felt like you just wanted to complete this game without enjoying it.
Like, the thing is, I really like Doki Doki Literature Club, so but I was so terrified something else was gonna happen.
But like it was during this sad moment, and it was like you weren't like paying attention, and you're just like skipping, and it was just like
I remember because you were blowing through it pretty quick, and then. You know, we were asking like, you know, all right, well, you know, what do you think? Whatever. And you're like, yeah, it's good. And then we got to the part where Monica sings her song. It's like one verse in and you go, well, now I feel bad. And I was just like, you just stop! You don't stop!
Because I didn't like Monica like most of the time too.
That was like the developmental period where it's like I definitely went too overboard, but the base of what I was saying did actually like start to make sense.
Yeah.
Like I was annoyed that you were blowing through the whole game, and then because she started singing a song, you felt bad. But I was still yelling at you too much.
Yeah,
I still enjoyed the game. I thought it was great. I just did not. That was my first real scary game experience.
Yeah,
because I shied away from horror as much as I could, and with games. So I never really played a full horror game of that level until I played Doki Doki, and the fact I lasted as long as I thought. I lasted long with the screen without a break, but eventually I was just like, no, I'm going to have a heart attack.
I remember you saying that. Yes,
I
believed you. I believed you.
We were like, oh my god, like you're like you looked like physically stressed. Like,
because I was.
You both stopped at the same point too. You both stopped after part one.
Yeah, it's like right when the twist happens. That where it was like I can't do this anymore. Like
wait, the twist? Like
the first twist, I'll say.
No, I remember going further in because that's when the scares happened.
You went further in. It's just I remember we definitely stopped because we got food.
Yes, and you weren't there for the twist because you were getting the food.
That's true. Because I was like, yeah. Because I mean, I think I might have just been getting hungry. Maybe I just wanted Wash to be alone with Random when it happened, so they could kind of get that experience. I don't know, but I left to get the food, and when it came back, it was just the menu, and Random was just like, "Oh my god."
Because I was getting comfortable. Because you were literally like, don't say the voice acting, don't voice act it out loud, just read it and enjoy it. And I did. And I was getting into the story, and I was really getting into it. I was like, I even picked one of the girls. And I was like, okay, we're going to woo this one. We're doing it.
That is something that I shamed you for that I do not regret. When you pick a waifu, you shame people like...
Like, how dare you? How dare you?
It was part of the game. What do you want me to do?
Pick the right one, of course.
I did pick the right one.
No, you did not.
I probably would have picked someone.
This is what we call.
Who I picked next time.
Audience, this is what we call joking around. It's fine.
It's fine. We've argued about anime before. It's okay.
No anime argument in history is ever gonna top Ame.
Oh my god. But I just remember the twist happened, and then I got scared, and then it was the little jump scares that got me.
Oh my god, yes.
Those were the ones that just like they would just happen.
And I remember Wash being like, these are really good jump scares because they don't happen until you click the button. Like, you have to be ready for them.
Yeah.
But it took Wash like 5 times to say that because Random kept going, ah!
And that was the point where I was like, I was getting less and less. I was getting more and more hesitant to push the button.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't want to continue. I don't want to continue. I don't want to continue. No. And then there was just some things that just like, oh god. But it was such a ride. Like, if I could, I would experience that game again for the first time.
I would love to. There's not that much time left, so this isn't really a topic, but there are so many games that I would love to experience for the first time again.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Undertale, Xenoblade Chronicles.
Although you did...
Well, to be fair, I mean, absolutely, you're not wrong. But you did get to experience the game the first time again, in a way.
With playing
the remaster?
Streaming it.
Oh,
Sharing your experience to the world and people
that was
sharing
so cool.
your experience with you.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, I started playing Xenoblade in May when the definitive edition came out, and people like were getting into it. Like one of my mods, Sora, she was really, really getting into it, and then I just stopped because I think Fall Guys came out or Among Us or something, and I think it was Fall Guys. And then I never played it again. And then I watched one of my friends, Mantle Ferox, stream it. And the more I watched them stream it, the more I was like, I need to play this again. I want to play this again. And I was debating to start from scratch, but I had a community poll, and they said just start where you left off. So we started off, and people were getting more and more into the story. And I was like, oh, people are actually getting into a game that I really, really like and really getting into the story like I did when I first played it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I just remember when I beat it, I cried a little bit because there was like a sad realization that it was over. But it was a really great experience. I literally cried on stream.
That's literally what happened with Persona 5. I remember that.
Oh, well, Persona 5, it was different. With Xenoblade, I knew everything that was coming, and I just was sad that, like, I was overwhelmed. I was sad it was over, but I was so happy that I got to share it with other people, and people really enjoyed it. Persona 5 was a journey of, like, something new entirely that I was just so sad it ended. And I could play Royal. I could. I do own it now. But that's another day.
Could also play Golden.
I do. I own that too.
Yes, I'm aware.
That I would say Xenoblade has been like a nice accomplishment of this year already.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe I beat Xenoblade the day I put in my 2 weeks for my job. So that was the thing.
I wasn't laughing at you. I was just remembering a message you sent after your stream that night, which was funny.
After that stream, like when I went on my last day of work or the day I put in my 2 weeks.
Well, you did them both in the same. I mean, it's nothing really personal, I guess. The stream ended when you beat Xenoblade, and you'll leave a message in our chat that was, "Put my 2 weeks in and played and beat Xenoblade Chronicles tonight. What a day!"
I mean, it was.
It was just very funny.
I can make a joke, but I don't want to spoil it. So the game. So I'm not going to do that. But that was my accomplishment for January. And you have some accomplishments, I know for sure, Kirbyfan and Wash.
Me?
That you've made so far in the beginning of the year.
January?
Was it in January when you hit 1K, Kirby?
Oh yeah, I forgot about you two.
Because you hit 1K.
I hit 1,000.
I'm so proud of you.
I have a community tab now.
I'm so proud of you. Use it more than I do because I never use it anymore.
You never use it, and I'm always like, I remember I always would tell you, you never use it. I took part. I took part in my first Fire Emblem draft race where you pick units to use like it's like a snake order. You pick units to use and then you race each other on like a speed run. I took place in two of those. Well, no, one was last year. My first one with, well, I guess it wasn't my first. Was it 2020? I don't even remember. So my first one might have been last year, but I definitely did another one this year. And this one was important because, one, I actually finished it. Two, I memed, which I was super happy about. And three, somebody actually am subscribed. I'm a fan of him on YouTube. Joined in and, just started talking and commentating and stuff. And it was really exciting. It was just also like, I promise I'm just memeing. I'm not actually like this bad. I'm just memeing.
I'm bad ironically, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, of course. That's fantastic news. I'm kind of confused why you balled me into that because I don't remember. I don't have any recollection.
There's got to be something.
There's gotta be something.
That's all you can think.
I know, Wash. You were in your first game of Among Us with Random, but not me.
You were. That's
I know. You know how I remember? Because it was the draft race. I was doing the draft race, and that went on until like 9:30. And I'm like, no freaking way that I'm playing Among Us right now.
Yeah, Wash has become a great imposter. They've grown so much as an imposter
after that call out.
Yeah. They were like,
God,
I'll show you.
That call out, it's like, this round has taken a while and only like one person has died so far. I think it was Ross, where it's like, ow. Fucking ow.
And that I think, yeah, it did. And I think that happened when we were both imposters, so I was like, God damn it. I can't argue with that.
I want to, but
I can't. If I do, it'll make me look suspicious.
Sorry, Wash, I value our friendship, but I want to win as imposter.
And the thing is, I did the magic trick that same round, so yeah.
Was that the magic trick round?
I think it was.
That's so funny. Wash, you suck as imposter. Random. For my first trick,
and just murder in front of everybody and get away with it. And I my favorite thing is not even my stream. I just was watching. I rewatched Wash's stream so many times, just watching the reaction of like, how the fuck is this possible?
How do you keep getting away with this?
You can't keep getting away with this. That's literally was Wash. But there's something else. I know that for sure, because, and even if there isn't something, there will be something, because you're gonna accomplish something cool if you haven't already.
I don't know. I guess like right now I'm just trying to get back into like making music again, but
yeah,
that's just like kind of soul crushing for me because
you know what, we finished Edgar Wright's Spective. That's your thing.
You know what? That's something we can wrap back around to, is that like we finally finished our third series, our first series without any special guest.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
we were.
It's so a shame we never got around to dubbing the finale of Hot Fuzz.
Yeah,
that would require too many people.
That would have been so good to have Count Rancid over for a good movie, a great movie even.
Next time, well, maybe not, because I have a feeling I know which one they're gonna pick.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, and I would bring in like, because I feel like we just need like more special guests in general.
Yeah,
just more variety.
I agree. I need to. I have a few people I want to ask for the next project that we're doing. One is Count Rancid. The other is a streamer that I know who, when I first met her, we bonded over Star Kid. I haven't asked her yet. I'm literally gonna be like, hey, if we were to do a podcast talking about a Star Kid episode, which one would you want to do? And I'll just ask her.
Please ask her while sounding like this.
Hey dear. And I don't think
I'm sorry, I have a stuffy nose today.
Well, my nose is always stuffy. That's why I'm so nasally.
No, I didn't say nasally. I said sleazy.
Sleazy.
Like, we bonded over Star Kid, so I'm gonna add.
She's gonna listen to this later and I'm gonna be like, what the fuck?
As if you listen to these episodes.
Hey, I listen.
I had to drive in the snow the other day, so I was driving very slowly, and I managed to get through the entirety of our World's End episode.
Yes. I thank you for that, because I know Kirbyfan listens to. Anyway,
I actually listened to most of the World's End episode on my last shift.
Oh, good.
Because it was completely dead. Nobody was there. Nobody was there, and I had these moments to myself where I was just by myself where I was, and I just listened to the podcast, and that's how I found about. That's how I remembered the Gary King rant, and I was just like, "Oh, that was so funny."
I'm glad y'all liked it, because it was personal.
I know. But you know what? One of these days, I'll have another good dinosaur. I just don't know when. Anyway,
so yeah. Random has good dinosaur. Wash has Ame, and I have Gary King. It's the triangle.
Actually, you have a Bug's Life too.
That one you had to like save up for the finale. Like you didn't really get quite into it until then. Although I do remember, like when you did get into that, I actually heard you doing like, whew, oh, that felt good.
It felt really good. It felt really good.
It always feels good to let out anger. And I also love there are each different moments from each of the 3 different podcasts.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yes.
Huh.
And I cannot wait for the 4th.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to the next thing that I can watch and say, is this the red line of blank?
the red line of musicals, yeah.
No, because I remember I said that about Baby Driver. You two started laughing and you were both like, yes!
I mean,
the thing is, like, we had already said is dead right the red line of...
It might have been dead right.
I think it was dead right because it was just like the similar sort of like the plot is like secondary to just like cool action shit.
Oh, you know what? I said it about Baby Driver because of the car chases. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
Baby Driver is the red line.
I would just.
in it.
I'm
Yes.
editing the Baby Driver. Well, I did actually just finish the first pass of it as we speak. Of Baby Driver. So like this, the you two like complain like the argument you two have over bats.
We're not talking about this.
Okay, but okay, fair. But I do want to mention.
No.
No. In the post, like after the discussion, you were like Random was trying to say something like.
I have another idea. It's a bit longer.
Batspective?
No, it was for the TV series idea. It's a bit longer.
Batspective?
No,
What?
Shut up.
I want to hear the joke.
It's Batspective.
Oh, Batspective.
You are never gonna let me live this down, are you?
No. Oh my god. Oh man.
Oh my god. Well, never gonna let it live it down. Just like we'll never live down other things that I can't.
You know what? We're never gonna be able to live down
The timer.
The timer.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
we gotta do like 500 minutes next time.
Yeah, it was fun, but also like I don't want to say uncomfortable because it wasn't.
I know what you mean.
Like,
it dug deep.
Yeah, we got deep.
Yeah,
because in the end, we have grown a lot since we met each other in middle school, and we've learned a lot about each other, and we've grown with each other, and we've all evolved over time.
Yeah, and then when there were 15 minutes left, we started talking about what we're doing now.
Yeah,
I was like, I want to talk about this more, but there's only 2 minutes left.
Yeah. Well, there's gonna
it was definitely something that I like to do. It was just like I said, I know it can't be longer. I just want it to be longer. Dang
I know. That's what the but yeahs are for. That's why we keep doing them. And I think this was a good one.
Yeah,
I agree.
I feel like it's. I'm probably gonna like cut out like some of the quieter stuff.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah, it's we don't remember stuff very well. Okay.
I don't know. Apparently I remember things that.
Okay. Well, I think that about does it for this episode. If you you know what? Especially because I've been listening to another podcast that apparently can do this better, I'm gonna do a plug. If you like what you just listened to, you can subscribe to us on our YouTube channel where we upload these episodes. You can search for WRK in progress, or if you search Pixar Perspective, we're usually at the top anyway. But
yeah,
and also if you can follow us on Twitter, WRK Podcast, and we all have separate Twitter accounts that you can follow. Although we have completely different things that we talk about, and it's mostly not podcasting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, follow us on this, and follow us on other things too. Yeah, we each make our own content on different platforms and such, which should be in the link in the description below.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see. Probably not. If it's not there, you're out of luck.
Yeah, I'm sorry, okay? This is hard, okay?
YouTube is hard, man.
I do everything. With the plug out of the way, I've been TheWash.
I'm RandomBystanderHere.
Did we not introduce ourselves at the beginning?
We didn't.
And that's the end.
Yeah, right. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.